Hey guys, this is Mike from AceMyHomework.com, and today we're going to be talking about how to install the Java application on your machine. This entails installing the standard development kit, the SDK, and also the Eclipse platform. So let's get started. First things first, you want to be downloading the Java SDK. So the best way to go about this is to just go on google.com and then type in Java SDK. The first link you get, just click on that guy, and here you go. You got the Java platform JDK and a button here. Just click on this guy. Boom. Now you get a bunch of options here. Don't get rattled. What we want to be doing is we want to be downloading it for a Windows 7 machine. Chances are you're probably using a Windows 7, Windows 8. So you want to be clicking on this link here, the Windows X64. If you have a machine that is running Windows XP or something earlier like a Windows 95, which I don't even know why you would be running that, but you want to be downloading the Windows X86. And if you have a Mac operating system, if you have a MacBook Pro or something like that, you want to be downloading the Mac OS X X64. So go ahead and click on accept license agreement, and then click on the link you want to download it. In my scenario, it's X64. Once you click on it, it's going to start downloading. It's going to take a couple minutes to download. I've already taken the liberty of downloading it, so let me just go ahead and click on it. And it says, do you want to allow the following program to make changes to this computer? And we're going to go ahead and reinstall it. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to see any of that. It's just going to tell you, we're starting to install it. So let this guy run through, and I'll update you once we are done with the installation. Okay guys, we're back in the game now. We already ran the setup through, and now it's just basically asking us to configure a bunch of options. So we're gonna go ahead and click on next here, and really don't try to be a hero. Just let this guy run with the default options. We're gonna click next again, and boom, we're gonna have again the Java setup running, and it's gonna take a couple of minutes for it to run through. And while it's doing that, let's talk a little bit about Java. Java is being really pushed in schools, and a lot of people are going nuts about it because it is a programming language that is a lot easier to learn than other programming languages. It is an object-oriented language, and what that means is that it allows you to treat the programming as objects. So it's a mirror of how the real world works. So this allows you to basically create a better software, and it's a lot more flexible than other languages. And we're going to be talking more about how Java works and how you can use it in different manner later down the line. Okay, here we're done. It's successfully installed the Java development kit. We hit close. Boom, we're done. So that's the first part of it. The second part of it is that we're going to go ahead and we're going to be downloading the Eclipse platform. So what is the Eclipse platform? Well, you don't really need the Eclipse platform to be able to work in Java. There are other things out there. I know back in the day there was BlueJ, and you can even use Notepad literally to start writing code. But I mean, if you're not a, how do I put this? If you're not sadistic or anything like that, I would tell you to stay away from that sort of nonsense. Go ahead and download the Eclipse platform. It's a lot faster. It's a lot easier to programming. It makes your life easier because it gives you pointers on what you're doing wrong, and it's a well-made product. Your teacher's not letting you use it. Start a right. Start a petition. Tell them they need to step into the new age and be able to embrace these technologies because these things are there to help you. Anyway, that's my rant for Eclipse. Go ahead and download the Eclipse. Click on that link there. You want to be downloading Windows 64-bit if you have a Windows XP, a Windows 7 or Windows 8 machine, and you want to be downloading Windows 32-bit if you have a Windows XP or Windows 95 or 98, something dumb like that. Let's click on Windows 64-bit, and yeah, we'll download it from the Georgia Tech Software Library, whatever. I've already downloaded it, so I'm just gonna cancel this guy, and we're gonna open it up. You're gonna see this directory here, Eclipse. You wanna click on extract to, And what we're trying to do is basically we're going to be extracting this directory into something in our computer. I usually like to take documents, and then once you're done with that, you can go ahead and do Eclipse new 2, and then once you're done with that, let's go ahead and let it extract. Press OK. It's gonna take a couple of seconds to finish that up, and once it's done with that, we're gonna go into start. We're gonna click computer. We're gonna click documents because that's where we asked it to store it. And we're gonna do Eclipse new 2, and boom, you see the Eclipse folder there? That's what we want. Now the one that we really want is this purple icon here. It says Eclipse, and you know you don't want to be going and hunting this all the time. So the best way to go about it is to just right click on it, and it's gonna just do pin to taskbar. Okay, and bam, now it's sitting here. You can use it. It's a shortcut. You know, you don't have to go try to find this software again and again. Now we're gonna be starting it up. Okay, this is important. You click on this purple icon. It says, do you want to run it? It's not verified. Yeah, whatever. Run it. Okay, it's loading up, and once it's loaded up completely, we're just gonna do a real simple program called Hello World to kind of tell you, you know, kind of make sure that things are working the way they should, and then we'll dive into more advanced programming techniques later on in the tutorials. Now the workspace is important. The workspace is the place where you're gonna be storing all the Java files. Okay, so most of the time I you know, just let it be the default. C users dash workspace works fine. If you want to get creative, you know, you can always browse through and find something else. Like maybe you know, you want to put it in, you know, documents, and you want to put it in you know, a new folder called, you know, hey, Java. Okay, and I'm just trying to be cute here. You don't really need to do that. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna leave it as C documents, and then we're gonna do my documents again. We're gonna do a Java. Okay, now this is where it's gonna store it at. Okay, now you wanna check this box out so it doesn't keep asking you the same thing over and over again, because every time it starts up, it's gonna look in this folder, see my documents, hey Java, and it's gonna pull it from there. Press OK, let it run through. Done. Okay, now you're greeted with this great screen, and you're thinking, what the hell am I supposed to do now? Have no fear. Saeed is here. We're gonna be crossing this out welcome screen because it's entirely useless. Great. Now we have a blank screen. You wanna do File, New, Java Project. Project name is Test This Thing Out. No, I'm just kidding, that's too much. Let's do test 4. Okay, don't worry about the rest of the options. Click finish. Bam. Now this is the project that you're gonna be doing all the files under. Okay, this is all it means, but remember the project name. Okay, because we're gonna be creating a file under this project. We go to file again, we do new, we do class. What's a class? Class is the building block of Java. Any program you want to write, it's gonna go under class. Very important, always make sure that the class is descriptive. The name should match what the class is doing. In this instance, we're just creating a simple hello world application. So we're doing hello world. Okay, if you're creating a class that's going to be calculating your GPA, you want to call it calculate GPA. Always make sure the class name is descriptive of what the class is doing. I cannot stress this enough, because when you have 1,000 classes you're looking through, you have no idea what the hell you did a month ago. You're going to be looking at those names to figure out, okay, this is what this class does. Okay, very important. Public static void main, you need to check that. Why? Because this is what's telling the computer to come in and execute the code. Okay, computers are dumb. Okay, they have no clue where to run the code from. If I gave you a recipe on how to make a cake, you're gonna look at the first line, right? You're gonna say, okay, number 1, I gotta do this. You're not gonna start looking at the line number 10 and say, okay, yeah, I gotta bake the cake. Okay, you're gonna look at number 1 line. It says crack some eggs. Computers are dumb. They don't know where to run the code from. So this tells them, okay, this is where the code needs to be run from. Okay, public static void main. This is where the computer is going to come in, look at it, say, okay, yeah, you want me to run this code? I know I can run it. I can run it from here, okay? And it's going to try to find this public static void main. Since this is the only class in this project, we have to have the public static void main in this class, okay? Click finish. Come down here. Great, we got a nice little text here that it means absolutely nothing, and it shouldn't mean anything to you unless you're a poor computer. We're gonna be typing this out, and just follow me along. You don't need to understand what this means right now. And I messed up a little bit here. This is what it should be. Man. Okay, done. Now, what does this all mean? This basically means the computer comes in, it looks at public static void main, says, okay, this is where I need to run the program for, then comes down here and then says system.out.println, which basically means, hey, computer, write out hello world. That's all it means. System.out.println means just write something out, okay? What do you have to write out? You have to write a hello world, okay? So let's run this guy through. Did you see how I did that? You click on the play button here, and that's all you need to do, and this will run the program. It's asking you select resources to save. Do you want to save the file? Yes. And I would suggest you click on always save resources before launching, so that it doesn't badger you every freaking time you update a file and you run it. Okay, you press OK. Bam. You see this? Hello world. That's what we're looking for. You want to make this more interesting? You take this, you can right click on it, you can copy it, okay? Or you can do Control C if you're, a geek, and you want to come here and you want to do paste, or you can do Control V, which will paste it. Either way works. And you want to change this to this. There's nothing wrong with a little shameless promotion. Okay, AceMyHomework.com. We're gonna click on Run Hello World again. Bam. Come here. It says Hello World, AceMyHomework.com. And again, just to reiterate, the computer is dumb. It looks at where public static void main is, so it searches all the files in this directory. Okay, test4 is the project. This is the file. Comes here, looks at public static void main. Comes down here, looks at system.out.println. Says, oh, you want me to write something out? What do you want me to write out? Hello world. Okay, I done that. Come down, next one. Oh, you want me to write something out again? What do you want me to write? AceMyHomework.com. I can do that. Boom. Does that. Done. Done. And it's set. And terminated means that the program is finished. It successfully ran, and you're good to go. So just play around with this a little bit more. Get a little bit more idea of how you can print out other stuff. And we'll talk more about more things on how to build more complex programs. If you're looking for someone to help you out immediately, you can always go to AceMyHomework.com, where we have assistant experts who can help you with anything related to programming, or just general math, physics, chemistry, and other college subjects as well. Thanks for your time, and do check out our next tutorials, and do subscribe and like and all that good stuff so we can get the word out. Thanks.